Governor, these two gentlemen have come to talk to you about the lead crisis.
Okay.
Please sit down.
Governor, we're here to urge you to do more about lead poisoning in Michigan.
Well, we're definitely trying to make things right.
I don't think you quite understand just how dangerous lead is.
You frantic
Let me
squirrel!
explain.
Lead is a chemical that can have long-lasting effects on the body. It is a known neurotoxin, meaning it poisons the brain. The effect of lead is most prevalent in children who are still growing. It is associated with lower intelligence, behavioral issues, and growth impairments. A study done by Detroit Public Schools showed a correlation between lead levels in children and low test scores. These damaging effects can also occur during pregnancy. The damage caused by lead is irreversible as well.
You're an egregiously loathsome degenerate and a miscreant bug-eyed chromosome deficient test tube experiment. The flow of lead through the body can be measured using a model called Euler's method. Euler's method can be used for many things, including tracking consumer loyalty and sales. In this case, we'll be using proportionality constants to track the flow of lead through bones, blood, and tissue, with a constant input of 49.3 micrograms of lead per day. The lead will enter the bloodstream and the tissue at a very fast rate, but will eventually level off. So after 800 days, the lead level in the bloodstream is 1588 micrograms, and the lead level in the tissue is 620 micrograms. However, the lead level in the bones will keep growing constantly. If after 400 days the person moves into a lead-free environment, the lead levels in the bloodstream and the tissue will eventually decrease to lower levels. However, the lead level in the bones will peak at around 590 days at 2,432 micrograms of lead and will decrease very slowly. Only anti-lead medicine will have a major effect in decreasing lead levels in the bones after lead has already been introduced. So if that medicine is introduced at 400 days, as well as moving to a lead-free environment, the lead level in the bones will peak at around 480 days at 2,355 micrograms of lead. Then it'll begin to decrease at a faster rate than simply staying in a lead-free environment, but still very slowly. But how does that lead get there in the first place? You put it there, you carcinogen. You are a piteously sybaritic ignoramus and a wearisome feeble-minded parasite on the state's resources.
Lead can be found naturally in soil and water, and has been used in the past for paint, gasoline, and pipes.
In Flint, the water is drawn from the Flint River,
And is very corrosive.
The water corrodes the pipes it travels in, and the metals from the pipes, including lead, end up in the water. This is why many children in Flint are dying.
Absolutely sickening.
Dangerous amounts of lead are also found in the Detroit Public Schools. There have been 30 schools in Detroit with dangerous levels of lead from 1992 to 2008. Over 20,000 students in DPS have a history of lead poisoning, and all but 23 students had some amount of lead in their body. This is not the way for students to achieve success.
With this information in mind, we highly recommend more action be done about lead poisoning within the great state of Michigan. Adding an anti-corrosive agent to the Flint water system would only cost
$100
a day. Detroit schools also need renovation to remove lead from the schools. This would improve the quality of learning. Remember, well-being is way more important than silly finances.
That's pretty good.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.